and chased him out of the city. But he was not the one to give up. He was found pacing up and down his living room, uttering these words over and over again as though they were a mantra of his life. You little me, you get out of me. You big me, you get into me. You little me, get out of me. You big me, you get into me.
That is a very powerful message.
If only we will let our big me, our true me, our real self take charge of our life, I tell you, the world can be converted in no time. The world will become a kingdom of God, a kingdom of heaven. And the kingdom of heaven is the kingdom of true happiness. After all, we all want to be happy.
Correct. All of us
Our quest is for happiness, though we are moving along different routes, and many of those routes are wrong. But we are all in quest of happiness. We all want to be happy. There is not a living soul on earth that does not want to be happy.
So pursuit of God and pursuit of our inner bigger self will lead us to happiness.
And the third thing that is necessary, the third item in our daily program should be, the first is daily appointment with God. The second is practice of silence. The third is going out of yourself, giving a helping hand to those that are in need. All around us there is sorrow, there is sadness, there is misery. Living in such a world, we must not live for ourselves alone. We must go out of ourselves and bring joy into the lives of the joyless ones. Bring comfort into the lives of those that are in need of comfort. Bring sunshine into dark lives. And this world will be converted in no time.
In fact, I read something about where you said a story and you said, look at the sun, it shines, but you say, I'm shining. So be like the sun, where you give warmth without expecting.
Silently.
I think that is
That was the teaching which Sadhu Vaswani gave us one day. We were sitting in a garden when he said, look at the flowers. They bloom in beauty. They are spreading fragrance all around, but they do it silently. They don't make a fuss. They don't have a propaganda. Then pointing to the sun, he said, look how the sun shines, and as it shines, it sends light and warmth to this earth, without which earthly beings, earthly creatures would not be able to survive. If the sun vanished, there would be cold death on the earth plains.
Sole source of energy.
But the sun does it silently. He said, go and serve the people silently. Silently.
Very powerful. Talking about giving, education is another thing that is close to your heart.
That is true.
You have been involved in many educational institutions in these last many years. And it all started with a woman empowerment group called Sakhi Satsang.
Sakhi Satsang.
Why did you start with women's empowerment?
I did not do it. Once again, it is my master who did it. He said again and again to us, the woman soul will lead us upward on. He said, woman, in fact he said, man has had his chance. Man has bungled, man has blundered, man has built up a civilization of wars and violence, of hatred and strife. This civilization is already crumbling beneath the burden of its own weight. A new civilization is to be born. And this new civilization, woman will be the high priestess. But he was careful to add the word woman soul, because there are many women with a man's soul, as there are many men with the woman's soul, I believe.
We have a Sadhu Vaswani mission here in Jakarta as well.
Sadhu Vaswani Center.
And they have a lot of activities. In fact, my children also go to the Sadhu Vaswani activities every summer.
I'm so happy, because we believe in children. We believe that the child is the builder of a new civilization.
I see.
Only he must be given the right training and the right atmosphere in the home and the right type of education in the school and in the college.
What, according to you, is the right kind of education?
Right type of education is computer science, yes. But we must draw out the spirit of compassion within every child. Job-oriented education, yes. But at the same time, we must see that the child grows in qualities of character. It is character that is missing in the world today.
So,
especially in India, we find that character is absolutely missing. There is so much of corruption. Corruption is growing. And that is so everywhere because people do not live in the fear and love of God today. There was a time when they lived in the fear and love of God. And they shrank from doing many things. Today, that is no longer there. Yes. We have divorced God from colleges and schools. And the vacuum that has been so made is immediately filled in by the devil. It is the devil who presides over many schools and colleges and universities today. Students attempting to kill their teachers. Just imagine. These things are happening. We had such wonderful reverence for our teachers. Every time we met them, we used to bow down to them. Now it is no longer there. Now they threaten teachers. There are students who tell the teachers, come outside and we'll see you.
So what you are saying is that education should be the mind, the heart and the hand. Yes. Which is what I read in one of your speeches.
A triple training.
Yes.
Training of the hand, training of the
heart,
brain, and training of the heart, which is very, very important.
To recognize the Lord.
Very, very important.
Do you keep a very hectic schedule?
I don't know, that's what they say, but it doesn't appear hectic to me.
What is your daily schedule like?
My daily schedule is not a schedule. It depends upon... but there is one thing that I begin the day early, and some hours in that early morning I spend to myself.
I see. Communion with God.
Then I come and meet the people, and there are lots of things to be attended to.
Among all the countries that you travel around the world, which one is your favorite?
Every country is my favorite. Now Indonesia is my favorite country. Jakarta is my favorite country, because in every country I find there are the devotees of the Lord,
yes,
from whom I have to learn so much.
Dada Ji, if you had to give a message to our viewers here today, what would be your message to them, such that they might follow it?
My message would be just in 4 simple words: turn back to God. The world has turned away from God. Therefore the world today is attacked by problems, by perplexities, by so many negative things. Turn back to God. God is the source of light. If my face is turned to the light, the shadow will be behind me.
Right.
If my back is turned to the light, then the shadow will be in front of me, and I will have to walk in darkness, which is my own shadow.
True. True.
Therefore be children of light. Therefore turn back to God. Turn back to God. In those 4 simple words is a solution to all the problems and perplexities of life.
That is indeed very, very profound, and something that I think we should all take a message to heart and follow it, to turn back to God. In fact, we are incredibly privileged, Dadaji, to have you here with us.
This is a privilege that you have given to me to contact your viewers.
And we would really like to thank the Sadhu Vaswani